What's up, guys? I know it's been a little bit. I'm currently at my new job. Check it out. I'll figure out this thing around. I don't think I can. But in the lab, got all my equipment over there. Anyway, it's a pretty good job. Just a lab tech, ER tech. Kind of do a little bit of everything. Triage patients, start IVs, run their testing and whatnot. So far, it's been kind of a steady day today. So we're just kind of going with that. Yeah, so I'll update you guys here after a while a little bit more, give some info on how things are going with Brindley. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on with Brindley. As most of you may know if you follow us on Facebook, me or Emily, June was real hard for her. You know, she had a bunch of seizures. I think she had about 3 or 4 or so. We take her to the ER each time, and the doctor never really helped us. They just blame it on being a febrile seizure or something along those lines, which wasn't completely accurate because there were a couple of times at least where she didn't have a fever. She just randomly had a seizure. And so, I don't know what's going on with that. So we just kind of took what they had to say, and kind of just, did what we had to with them. Sorry if I keep looking up and watching the cameras for patients. But anyway, so we did that, and then we finally, got in touch with a pediatric neurologist, and that was kind of a big deal. So we got in touch with them, and they told us, well, I can't give you medical advice, but have your pediatrician call, and she'll give information to the pediatrician, and that can give it to us. Well, our pediatrician never reached out, never called the neurologist, never did anything like that, although they claimed by one of their nurses they had, but that just wasn't the case. The neurologist said they never received a call from the office, so whatever. Anyway, she kept having some seizures. She had a pretty significant one. It's been about a week ago or so. She was outside playing, and she just fell on the deck and started seizing. And at that point, we called the pediatric neurologist. She said, bring her in. So Emily took her up to the ER in Integris Baptist, which, by the way, Baptist Hospital, just a shameless plug here. It's freaking amazing when it comes to pediatrics. They're just amazing in general. Nurses, doctors, everybody's very helpful. They're very polite. They keep you well informed about everything. Stuff like that, which we really appreciated. Plus, she met with a neurologist. I think it was like last Friday or so. No, excuse me. It had to have been Saturday because I was at work. And they were gone all Sunday, and then I came home on Sunday night, I'm sorry. They went, I don't know, sometime this weekend. It's all kind of ran together. Anyway, they came home Monday, let's put it that way. And so while they were there, they did an EEG, which, part of that is you have to be sleep deprived. So they got to let her get like an hour of sleep. She was so exhausted. So she was up all night and all day, and they did the EEG. Of course, she had fallen asleep, and they came in to put the EEG probes on her, and that woke her up. And then she ended up not sleeping very well. Because of that, she couldn't go back to sleep. So the EEG, from what the neurologist told Emily, was very just kind of hard to read because of that, I guess. Anyway, she took all of her IVs and everything. She took it, she didn't cry, she didn't do anything, from what Emily had told me. And so they had to do a sedated MRI so they get a good picture of her brain and everything. And they went in and did that. And from what the neurologist was telling Emily, who told me, the EEG looked fine except for a minor type of issue that most people have, and they don't even realize they have it. Basically, it's this membrane between the left and right part of the brain that's kind of thin, and sometimes it can hinder the communication between the left and right side part of the brain. But for the most part, it could cause seizures, but it doesn't usually. Most people live with it and they don't realize they even have it. You don't have that condition or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but so she had that. She said the EEG was a little difficult to read because she wasn't asleep and it was just kind of all over the place. But from what she could tell, from what she could tell, for her having seizures just as recently as she did, it should have shown up there, and it didn't show that there was any type of seizure or anything. So they moved on to the next thing, and they did some genetic testing to see if maybe Emily or I, or maybe both of us, or whatever, possibly carried a seizure disorder in our family, and it's just a kind of like a recessive gene type of thing, and like it hasn't affected her or I or anybody really in our immediate biological families, but it got handed down to Brindley. So we'll know those results in about a month, and depending on kind of what that says, we'll determine whether or not we do more genetic testing, or just kind of hopefully the neurologist can point us in the right direction from there. They do have Brindley on some medication to help with her seizures. They gave her one to take for like a day after she was out or something like that, and I didn't like it and Emily didn't like it. Basically sedated Brindley, made her non-functional essentially. What all she really wanted to do was lay in bed, and she looked exhausted. Granted, she had been up for about 2 days straight or so. So she's been chilling. She's finished up that medicine. She doesn't have to take it anymore. She's kind of getting back to her normal self now. They do have her on anti-seizure medication. We were also given a med to help if she spikes a fever that Tylenol or Motrin won't control. So we give her this to help with that. And they also gave us a medication to give her if she does start seizing and she has multiple seizures back to back. We have another meds that we can give to help, kind of stop those. Other than that, it's kind of a waiting game, just to kind of see where we go from there. We appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers and everything, and they're definitely felt. And it's been real stressful, and Emily and I both together, as well as separately, obviously. Emily more so than me probably because she's there, she's dealing with it, and she's going to the doctor's appointments and everything. But I mean, no parent wants to see their child go through something like this and not be able to have a normal 3-year-old life right now where she can just run around, not have to worry about anything. But that'll come with time, I guess. We'll get her meds figured out and what's going on with her and why she's having these seizures and all that type of stuff. I mean, I know people who have a seizure disorder and now they're living just a regular life. And so, I mean, that's about all we can hope for, I suppose, for our kids, I don't know, it's just been kind of a crazy about 45 days of no answers and doctors and ER visits and all of this type of stuff. So, but we're handling it and we're going to get through it. Like I said, we appreciate everybody who's reached out on Facebook and text message and phone calls and just all of that type of stuff. Let's see, just real quick, Sage is doing good, just as ornery as ever. She's up and she's down, and she's upset because she doesn't get her way, and she's happy, and she's just a typical 1-year-old. She's great, we love her. All that type of stuff. Emily's doing good. We still don't know the gender of the baby, so if you've been invited to our gender reveal party on the 20th, I believe is when it is. It's next Saturday, I believe. The 20th. Not this coming Saturday, but the 20th, yeah. That's our big gender reveal party, and we'll find out if we're having a boy or girl. But so far, baby's growing, and Emily can feel. We call our kiddo Thumper for now until we know if it's a boy or a girl. But she's doing good. He's doing good. Whatever he or she is, Just like I said, growing. Emily's starting to feel Thumper move and all that good stuff, so that's always fun. I'm still waiting for Thumper to get big enough so that I can maybe feel it outside the belly, so we'll see. But anyway, that's kind of just what's been going on with us here lately. I keep looking away, I'm sorry. That's kind of what's been going on with us here lately. We had a good 4th. We went and visited my parents, and then Emily's dad and obviously her mom came over for 4th of July at our house, and we had hamburgers and hot dogs and watermelon and homemade ice cream. Just had a good time. Other than that, I keep saying a lot. I probably shouldn't do that. So we're just going to continue doing our things, keep working and doing all that stuff and taking care of kiddos and just living life. So I appreciate you guys that clicked on this video to watch it. It's kind of probably my longest one, so I hope you all have a good Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. Be safe and just look out for another video coming up here soon. Also, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I answer back as much as I can. It's not like there's a bunch of you, so anyway, y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Later.